my name is Jacqueline. I'm here with the product manager of Zeekit. This is Ito.
Hi.
Thank you, Ito. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about your company, Zeekit. First off, can you tell me what Zeekit is about?
Yes, Zeekit is a fashion app. We're basically an image processing company. What we're able to do is take a two-dimensional picture of any person and dress them up with all the clothing that there is online. So anything that you want to buy online today, you can actually try on virtually and then understand whether you want the product or not.
Okay, very cool. And how do you do that?
So basically our technology works in the way that we point 18 dots on your body and we create a topography of we take the topography of your body to create a silhouette. That silhouette enables us to take data from any clothing item and basically match them together in order to basically dress you up in all the clothing that you want.
So, can you please tell me the story behind Zeekit?
So our founder, Yael Vizo, was basically creating simulations in the Air Force for air pilots. Basically, she would use a map and build on it, whether it was houses or missile launchers. She would take the topography of the map and basically create that simulation for the aircrafts. The thing was that she understood that she was very much able to dress up maps, but it's a lot harder to dress up women. So one of the things that she was enabled to do is take that technology and implement it on Zeekit, basically what we have today, the app.
From the launch of the company, what challenges has Zeekit faced?
So I think the initial idea was we understood that we have a technology, but we didn't know how to basically use it. We knew that we can, change colors of items. We knew that we could dress people up. We knew that we could dress houses. We could take a plant and put it in a house. But what is the most suitable way of using that technology? And we found out that the fashion market, about 60% of the fashion market is an online market, and the fact is that a lot of people return the items that they buy. So we understood that we had, this user-consumer understanding that you have a problem, you have a solution for it, and Zeekit allows that solution. So for us, from a starting point where we didn't know how to fit that technology, it was then understanding whether we want to create an app and become a B2B or a B2C, meaning if we work only with users or we work with businesses. We kind of decided to go on both, and we're kind of taking a really interesting path of working with both. But I think in terms of where we want to take our technology is we want to be able to give the user the most realistic simulation with our app, meaning that they could choose any item that they want and see themselves dressed up in that way.
Okay. And what is your marketing strategies for Zeekit?
So we really want to do a grassroots work. We want to work from the ground up, meaning to create a community of users here in Israel and kind of see what works and what doesn't work, and then try and do the same thing in the States, but with a larger scale and a lot more, commercial effort with that effort of creating a community. What we want to do, we see ourselves integrated with any big brand. Today we're capable of kind of working and simulating 90% of the brands. So I think for any brands that want to have that extra value and extra edge as far as technology, I think Zeekit is the proper solution. So we want to create that new mall that everyone wants to go to.
Okay. How does Zeekit's network effect help your product perform?
Basically, our app sits on a scale where we kind of have to take two factors into consideration. One is that kind of the target market that goes into inspirational kind of apps, meaning Instagram can be one of them, where there's a lot of audience, where the audience kind of draws in inspiration of how to dress and lifestyle and fashion. And you have other fashion apps like Covet, which allows you to dress you up, or Polyvore, where you can choose the items that you want to dress yourself in. So basically all these apps kind of go into the fashion side, but we're also sitting on a scale where we have e-commerce apps. E-commerce apps provide the customer with products that they want to buy. So where you have our app, which enables the market, the network, to basically have an added value of seeing themselves in the clothing, that kind of brings us into an effect that can change both apps, both audience. Meaning the audience that chooses to be inspired can be inspired by seeing different options on themselves, and also the audience that want to purchase online can try things virtually first and then go and purchase those things.
Wow, thank you. That's awesome. And what way does Zeekit use big data to further your business?
So one of the things that we now implemented in our app is we want to be connected to other big data, meaning if it's Google or Facebook, in order to kind of draw in and understand the user and personalize the app to him or her. I think where it comes to the fashion world and basically e-commerce in general, you want to understand the target audience in the best way. So meaning the what you can understand from the big data that people use at Facebook, we're going to start off with like the basic thing of understanding their gender and finding suitable products that will only fit that certain gender. But it's also about like the style of fashion that they like or the style of products that they buy. Those two things that we need to take as much data that we have in order to personalize the content that we have for the user. So I think as far as big data, I think that's something that's very, very crucial for our app.
And how important is personalizing the app for an experience to Zeekit?
I think that it's one of the main goals, because when you come and you understand your user in the best way, that's what's going to keep the retainment of the user. That's what's going to keep him coming back, because he has or she has an app where they can actually use it and get an added value and very much, solve the problem of, I don't know if it's returning clothes or seeing how clothes fit them or seeing how even clothes look on them just for the basic color. All these different things that we allow users, and I'm not even talking about the whole fun aspect of like, offering your friends different outfits or giving them different options or being aware of new fashion trends. I think in that aspect, it's crucial that we be as personalized as possible.
Okay. And how do you create a consumer lock-in or retainment?
So I think the one thing that we want to do and want to achieve as far as retainment is basically people to be addicted to the Zeekit app. And I think that is something that we're coming into now, because people understand that they can dress themselves up in many clothing and an endless closet basically. And I think one is the quality of the content that we provide them, the personalization, as I mentioned before, that can contribute to that. And I also think that in terms of a community, that's something that's crucially important, because once you kind of feed off other people's inspiration and other people, the product that they buy and the products that they want to choose and see on themselves, you create this cycle of like people using the app, seeing what's new in the app. And it's something that for us, the next step will probably be taking it into a social network kind of a thing. So I think in that aspect, that is, you have to take those factors into hand in order to move forward and become a social network. The engagement and bringing people back is something crucial for that.
Okay, let's take a break for a second. Ida, can you please tell me about Zeekit's business models and with that, its competitors?
So I think one of the basic things that we had to do in first initial part of understanding our target audience is also understanding what is already out there. And what we understood that our technology is the cutting edge technology of dressing people up, where other companies would allow their users to basically see themselves, but not really themselves. They wouldn't be able to take any two-dimensional picture. They would have an avatar or some cartoon that is similar to their user, or basically they would give you some sort of a measurement that they want to give you without really a technological assessment of how it will look on the user. So this is what we understood, that we are able to take a two-dimensional picture of anyone that you can take anywhere and basically dress themselves up. I think it's one of the most essential things in the app that is basically our added value and our advantage on competitors. As far as the business model, as I said before, I think we're kind of on a path where we understand where we invest both on a B2C and a B2B model. Where we talk about the B2C, we're talking about the app. We want as much users, we want to personalize the app as much as possible and basically incorporate that, while in the B2B way, we'll work with big brands. We'll cooperate with large retailers and see, they will have the added value of showing their customers how the clothes will look on themselves, and they will be able to increase their sales through us, So it's kind of a win-win situation. So we can also today, one of the things that we're working on is a way that you can also log into a website, log in through us to a website and have the website customized to you, meaning your picture will already be uploaded, the products that you want will already be addressed to you. So I mean, so many paths that we want to take, and we're kind of on a, we do test groups, we see what works better, what doesn't, and then we're gonna move forward with that.
So how many different versions of the app have been made so far?
So I think we're in the number 5 or 6 version of the app. We're very much trying to understand how the user thinks and behaves, and then from one version to the next, basically improve that. One of the things that we've now added in the app is that you can create looks. You can take a shirt that you like, a pants that you like and mix and match and create outfits. So meaning you can create your whole lookbook for the week. You want to know what you're going to wear for the next party. You want to know what you're going to wear to school tomorrow. You can do that with the new version of the app. You just create a look, save it, send it to your friend, ask them what they think, and then wear the clothes that you want.
Okay. What is Zeekit's target audience?
So I think now we're looking into investing most of our efforts into launching the app in the US, so that the target audience in that aspect is potentially, you know, more girls and boys with the understanding of people who like fashion. Can be both, but basically girls and boys who like fashion. I think it's very much the app that we're allowing users to use is an app that is, you know, it can fit all ranges of like age, but at the end of the day we were kind of looking to more investing to like 14 to 23. These are the big consumers of the online and the e-commerce, the websites and the retailers. So we really want to invest in that audience. On the one hand, because they understand the market the best way. I mean, basically trends and everything comes, you know, from bottom up, and we want to understand our target audience the best way and improve our product in that way. And also because at the end of the day, when you look at the money spent on online shopping, even if it's their parents' money or if it's their money, this is where it comes from. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This is Zeekit, and this is Ito. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.